Hello, class, and welcome to your last lesson of Chapter 3, Lesson 3.7. If you haven't done it already, I need you to go tear out pages 177 and 179 from your GoMath book. Today's lesson is on multiplying with 1 and 0. You are going to like it, okay? Most kiddos say this is the easiest of them all. So our essential question is, what happens when you multiply a number by 0 or 1? Okay. Luke sees 4 bird baths. Each bird bath has 2 birds in it. What multiplication sentence tells how many birds there are? Okay, well, first of all, how many bird baths are there? Well, there are 4 bird baths. And how many birds does Luke see in each bird bath? Well, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There's 2. The X's represent the birds. So there's 2 birds in each bird bath, right? So originally, this bird bath has 4 bird baths with 2 in each, totaling 8 birds. Okay. 1 bird flies away from each bird bath. Cross out 1 bird in each bird bath above. Okay, cross them out. Should be doing the same on your paper. All right, got them crossed out. So now let's rewrite our problem. How many bird baths are there? Well, there's still 4, so 4 bird baths. How many birds are in each bird bath now? Just 1. And what's the total number of birds? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 bird baths with 1 in each equals 4 total. 4 times 1 equals 4. Now, cross out another bird in each bird bath. Okay, go up and do that. Let's rewrite it again. How many bird baths? We still have 4 bird baths, right? But how many birds are in each bird bath now? Well, 0. They all flew away. So then how many birds are there total? 0. There are no birds. We still have 4 bird baths, but we have no birds. Okay? Flip your paper over. Here are some more examples. Jenny has 2 pages of bird stickers. There are 4 stickers on each page. How many stickers does she have in all? So she has 2 pages of 4 each. There's your picture there. 2 times 4, she has 8 total. You're thinking 2 groups of 4. So she has 8 stickers in all. Okay, but wait. Suppose Jenny uses one of the pages of stickers. Okay, so hold on. We got to rewrite this because the first number is our group. Our pages are our group. So how many groups do we have now, or how many pages do we have now? It's just 1. And then how many stickers are on each page? 4. So now we have 1 group of 4 because we only have 1 of these pages of stickers, which totals 4 stickers. Jenny has 4 stickers now. Then Jenny uses the rest of the stickers. The rest of them, they're all gone. So what fact shows how many stickers Jenny has now? Well, how many pages does she have now of stickers? Now she has 0. But how many stickers were on each page? 4. So you're thinking she has 0 groups of 4. Because the pages had 4 stickers on there, but now she has no more groups left. She has no more pages left. So 0 groups of 4, she's going to have 0 stickers now. Okay? So I want you to come down here. Let's break this down. These are your two new properties that you're going to learn. You should have already cut out vocabulary cards on these properties, but let's talk about them. Identity property. Okay, I know I talked about this the other day in your lesson. The identity property of multiplication states that the product of any number and 1 is that number. Now, I can give that to you a little more simple. Hold on. Okay, ready? Identity property. Any number times 1 is that number. Any number times 1 does not change its identity. 7 times 1 is 7. 1 times 7 is 7. 6 times 1 is 6. 1 times 6 is 6. But let's do more. 10 times 1 is 10. 12 times 1 is 12. 50 times 1 is 50. 99 times 1 is 99. 1 million times 1 is 1 million. Any number times 1 equals itself, okay? The number doesn't change. The identity doesn't change. The other property we're going to talk about is the zero property. This might be one of the easiest properties. Ready? Any number times 0 equals 0. That's it. The product of 0 and any number is 0. Any number times 0 equals 0. Boom. That's it. That's the zero property. 0 times 5 is 0. 5 times 0 is 0. 0 times 8 is 0. 8 times 0 is 0. Any number times 0 equals 0. Okay? I told you we're going to like this lesson. So if I say 50 times 0, it's still 0. 99 times 0, it's still 0. 1 million times 0, it's still 0. Any number times 0 equals 0. That's all you have to remember. Any number times 1 equals itself, that number. Its identity doesn't change. Any number times 0 equals 0. End of story. Doesn't matter what the number is. So let's practice this idea. Grab page 179. Okay, you got your page 179? If not, pause the video. So, what multiplication sentence matches this picture? Okay, so look at the large object that's holding the smaller objects. The large object is the bowl. How many bowls are there? 1. So there's one group, right? Good. How many are in each group? Well, it's one group of 3 apples. So one group of 3 apples equals 1 times 3. How many apples are there in all? 1, 2, 3 apples. So 1 times 3 equals 3. But you already knew that the identity property tells you that any number times 1 equals that number. So you already knew that. To review one more time before we hop to this. I'm telling you, you're going to love this. Just remember, any number times 1 equals that number. Got it? Say it back. One more time. Any number times 1 equals that number. Say it back. Okay, good. Then also remember, any number times 0 equals 0. Say it back. Again, any number times 0 equals 0. Your turn. Okay, let's do this. Ready? Watch how much fun this is. 5 times 1, it's 5. If you have 5 groups of 1 apple, you still have 5 apples. 0 times 2, any number times 0 equals 0. 4 times 0, any number times 0 equals 0. 1 times 6, any number times 1 is that number. 3 times 0, Any number times 0 equals 0. 1 times 2. Any number times 1 is that number. 0 times 6. Any number times 0 equals 0. Boom. 8 times 1. Any number times 1 equals that number. Boom. Isn't that fun? Now, even though it's pretty easy, you still don't want to go super fast because then that's when you're going to make really silly mistakes, and we don't want to do that. Okay, so I'm going to give you a chance to do 10 through 13 by yourself and then hit play to continue. Okay, if you're back, then that means that you have answered 10 through 13 by yourself. Are you ready? 3 times 1. Any number times 1 equals that number. 3. 8 times 0. Any number times 0 equals 0. Boom. 1 times 9. Any number times 1 equals that number. Bam. 0 times 7. Any number times 0 equals 0. Boom. Okay, if you got all of those right, give yourself a pat on the back. Let's keep going. Again, we're at the use reasoning section. No, you are not doing high school algebra. That's not what this is, but these are the building blocks that are going to help you with algebra in the future. So we're going to use the reasoning, meaning using the skills that we have already learned to figure out these answers. Blank times 1 equals 15. Well, I know any number times 1 equals that number. So that means it has to be that number right there. Because any number times 1 equals that number. So 15 is on both ends. What about 1 times 28? Any number times 1 equals that number. Boom, 28. 0 times 46. Say it with me now. Any number times 0 equals 0. Bam. 36 times 0. Again, with me. Here we go. Ready, set, go. Any number times 0 equals 0. Boom. Look at this one. What times 5 equals 5? What could I multiply times 5 to stay the same, to keep its identity as 5? Well, any number times 1 equals that number. So 1? Yes. 19 times what equals 0? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Any number times 0 equals 0. Bam. Blank times 0 equals 0. Oh, tricky. Because any number times 0 equals 0. So you could put any number you can imagine in this line and you're correct. So you pick any number that you want. Any number that you want, put it in the line. I'm going with 172. You choose any number you want. Doesn't matter. As long as it fits on the line. Because any number times 0 equals 0. Okay, go to number 21. 7 times blank equals 7. 7 times what would equal itself? Itself, its identity. So its identity didn't change. Think about your rules. Any number times 1 equals that number. Bam. All right, let's do some word problems, friends. Noah sets out 7 baskets at the farmer's market. Each basket, that means multiply, holds 1 watermelon. How many watermelons, not martyr-melons, how many watermelons does Noah set out? Let's write our multiplication sentence out. How many groups? 7. There's 7 baskets, 7 groups. They each hold how many watermelons? 1. 7 groups of 1, or 7 times 1. Say it with me now. Any number times 1 equals that number. So 7 times 1 equals 7. 7 what? Go to your question. How many watermelons? 7 watermelons. Write it in. All right, you ready to do the next one? Mason and Alexis each, Hang on. Each is multiply. Have 1 bag of marbles. There are 9 marbles in each bag. How many marbles do they have all together? Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a different color. We're going to draw a picture. Are you ready? There's not a lot of room, but I'm going to try to find some room to draw a picture. I'm going to actually do it right above their names. So Mason has his own bag of marbles. So there's Mason's bag of marbles. And Alexis has her own bag of marbles. So there's Alexis's bag of marbles. And they each have 9 marbles in the bag. So let's draw those in. All right, so 9 marbles in each bag. How many marbles do they have together all together? So this would be like if I said one group of 9 plus one group of 9. One group of 9. Well, any number times 1 equals that number. So that would be 9, right? Yeah. So we're going to take these totals and we have 9 plus 9, which equals how much? 18, but 18 what? How many marbles? 18 marbles. Okay. One more problem. Here we go. We're going to start with a clue word. Look at that. Each box holds 6 black markers, and that's addition clue word, 4 red markers. Derek has 0 boxes of markers. Write a number sentence that shows you how many markers Derek has. Explain how you found your answer. Okay, so let's draw a box of markers. So here's my box of markers. All right, and I know that each box holds 6 black markers. So let's draw those in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 4 red markers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So there's my box of markers, and there's the markers it holds. So how many markers are in there? Well, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 markers in each box. How many boxes does Derek have? Well, Derek has 0 boxes of markers. So he has 0 groups of, how much is in each group? 10. So Derek has 0 groups of 10, which means how many markers does he have? Well, we know any number times 0 equals 0. So 0 times 10 is 0. 0 what? Markers. How many markers? So he has 0 markers. Okay. So it says explain how you found your answer. Well, we added the number of markers in each box, but actually we drew a picture to find the number of markers in each box. So we drew a picture to find the number of markers in each box. And then let's show them. It was 6 plus 10. Or 6 plus 4 equals 10. Sorry. Jumped ahead. All right. So then what we did is we multiplied the number of boxes times the number of markers in each box. So we multiplied the number of boxes times the number of markers in each box. Which was 0 times 10, and it equaled 0. Boom. There's our two-sentence explanation. Okay. Every time they ask you to explain, you want to make sure you take the time to explain. All right, to review before I leave, say them with me. We learned two new rules. We learned the identity rule, which states, are you ready? Any number times 1 equals that number. Good. And then we also learned the zero property of multiplication, which states any number times 0 equals 0. Have fun learning.